So as I was trying to come up with an idea for my first video, I kept thinking, well, should I make it sciencey? Should we talk about strictly the ketogenic diet? Should we talk about low carb? Should we talk about the food guide? Should we talk about, there's a million different things we can talk about. And I thought probably the best way to get started, because who am I? I'm just some guy with a camera who managed to work up the courage to post a video on YouTube. So I thought what I would do is do a video on a lot of the questions that I've been asked over the last year or so after losing 110 pounds on ketogenic diet. So this is something that I'm very passionate about. Health, fitness is something that after 44 years of being mostly unhealthy, eating unhealthy foods and living a fairly unhealthy lifestyle, it got to a point where I had to make a significant change in my life. And that first big change was diet. Exercise was always something that I did. So I just kept exercising. You know, no pain, no gain. You go to the gym, you hit it hard, you leave sore and shaky and beat up, and you go home and you jam in 300 grams of protein and make sure you get those carbs so your energy is there. And I followed that advice forever. And of course, we jumped quite a ways ahead. Before I knew it, I'm 40 years old and I weigh 320 pounds, which is significant, especially coming from a family with a history of high blood pressure, heart attacks, all kinds of health issues. Being that overweight is not something that's going to help you live any longer. And now I'm a father, I'm a husband. I have people that count on me being around, people that don't just need me to be here, but need me to be actually present and participating in life, not being some unhealthy, exhausted lump sitting on the couch, which is what I was. So my wife proposed ketogenic diet. She said, hey, I got a great idea. I have some friends, some work associates, some colleagues that are experiencing tremendous success on the ketogenic diet. And of course, just like everybody else, I said, no. Geez, I've heard a lot of bad things about that. I've heard it's dangerous. I've heard it's too restrictive. I've heard it's going to drive your cholesterol through the roof. You're going to have a heart attack. It's not sustainable. I kept hearing that. It's not sustainable. And nobody can really tell me what that means exactly. But they will say it to you anyway. There's a saying that no diet fits everybody. There is no cookie cutter diet that's gonna work. And people love to say that about keto. It's one of the defenses people throw up. They say, no, it might work for that person, but they're an outlier. It's not going to work for you. It didn't work for me when I did it for 3 days. I felt terrible, so don't do it. And you'll always get coworkers. You'll get people like that telling you that. And the reality is, it's true. Keto, as it's presented, doesn't work for everybody. You really need to make it work for you. And what that means is going through and making the adjustments, tailoring it to your specific needs. And you need to figure out how to dial in your carbs, if that makes sense. You can't just randomly start moving protein around and fat and this and that and not fully understanding what the implications are and what some of the challenges might be that arise from something like that. So we figured out the way that works for us, and it works very well. We're really happy about it, and I have no fears about a little bit of weight gain and then taking it right back off. And it happened. This summer we went on vacation. We were gone for a week, and things got real loose real fast. You're with family, you're having fun. You have a few drinks, and it's like, let me try that wine that you have. I hadn't had wine in over a year. Let me try that. So I have a glass of wine. It's like, oh wow, that wine's pretty good. Let's have a little more. So I have a little more. I drink 4 or 5 glasses of wine. I eat too much. I eat too often. I eat the wrong things. I wasn't eating cake or anything like that. But it's vacation. You just eat because you're with family and you're enjoying yourself. I came back and I stepped on the scale and I couldn't believe it. Like of course, a lot of water retention from the extra carbs that I was eating, but I was about 14 pounds heavier, and I didn't panic. No problem, because I know exactly I know exactly how to dial it back. I know exactly how to get my weight back to where it was. My body naturally now wants to live in this sort of 215-pound range that I'm in, and it's great. So it took me no time to take that little bit of weight and a little bit of water from vacation off, because it's easy once you figure out the process. Lastly, what I learned is probably the thing that's the most personal for me, closest thing for me, because this one goes back a long time for me, and anybody who's had weight issues throughout their life can probably relate to this. You're not fat because you choose to be. You're not fat because you're lazy. You're not fat because you don't exercise enough. For me, and for a lot of other people, the extra fat, the obesity, whatever you want to call it, is because we haven't found the proper way to lose it. Everything that we've been taught will give us short-term weight loss, but they don't teach proper lifestyles. And we're not talking diets here. For me, for my wife, people around me, ketogenic lifestyle, it's not a diet, it's not a short-term thing. We're not looking to drop a few pounds here and there. We were looking to change our lives. And not only did we get healthier, the weight loss was literally a byproduct of it. It was fantastic. We felt so trapped going into it, just like anybody else who's battled obesity throughout their life, or even just a little bit of extra weight gain. You feel trapped because you sacrifice so much to lose a little bit, and then it comes right back. So when I see somebody who's overweight now, whether I see them in a restaurant or walking down the street or whatever it is, I don't think, oh, well, that person, that guy, that lady, that kid, they just eat chocolate cake all day and they sit on their butts and play video games or whatever it is. I don't think that, because I was there. I didn't want to be there, but there was no way out that I could see, that we could find. And when I see people that are like that now, I want to go up and engage them somehow and say, I've got the way out. It's diet. It's not going to the gym 6 times a week. It's not breaking your back lifting heavy weights or doing 45 minutes of ridiculously intense cardio. It's not eating rice cakes. It's not putting almond butter on a stick of celery. It's eating good food and approaching weight loss hormonally instead of solely calories in, calories out. Eat less, move more doesn't work. All this new research is coming out now saying exercise is awesome, but don't expect to lose weight from it, because you just won't. It's not a great weight loss tool. The reality is it's hormonally driven, largely. Calories still play a role in it, but once you balance hormones and you get things figured out and you learn how to eat based on your personal needs, things get a lot easier. And as soon as you start seeing the benefits, as soon as you start seeing things going the direction you want them to go, and I'm not going to call it effortless, but certainly a lot easier than any other thing that you've done in terms of weight loss. When you see it going that way, this huge load, and not just the extra weight, but this spiritual load just gets pulled off of your shoulders. The whole world opens up. Everything feels better. You have new energy. You have great positive thoughts. You're not sad to look at yourself in the mirror anymore. So now my absolute favorite thing to see, and I hope that this hits home with a couple of people, but my absolute favorite thing to see now that I'm healthy, I'm going to the gym a lot, and I'm there often, my favorite people to see in the gym are people that have clearly been struggling with their weight their entire lives. They're exceptionally overweight, they're out of shape, but they made that step, they took that step, and they came into the gym. And it's not so much the exercise that's going to burn it, but man, what a great first step. Just getting out and getting moving, just doing something. And then one thing's going to lead to another. You know, you're exercising. It's going to encourage you to eat better. Eating better is going to make your exercise better, stronger, faster. And they're going to feed off each other, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, as you get stronger and better. And then you keep dialing things in, and you do what works for you. Maybe it's not keto. Maybe it's not even a low-carb lifestyle. Maybe it's a Whole30 or just a paleo diet. Maybe it's vegan. I don't know. The important thing is, I guess what I'm trying to bring all this home, and the point I'm trying to make is that you need to do what's best for you. And the best start is just starting. There's no secret formula to it. You make a decision, you make that first step, and you get after it.